In cities like Beijing, you can watch a car pull over to pick up a passenger, but there's no one in the driver's seat. At the same time, drones are landing on rooftops to deliver meals. While in schools, kids are learning from AI tutors that know their strengths and weaknesses better than any person could. Now, this isn't some vision of the future. This is what's happening today in parts of China. An entire society is being quietly, methodically rebuilt around artificial intelligence.
And it's not just us noticing. The sheer speed and scale of this is turning heads at the highest levels of the tech world. The message is pretty clear. While much of the world is still caught up in debating and experimenting with AI, China is busy deploying it.
So how is this happening? Well, for one, this whole national project is built on a bedrock of public acceptance. A recent survey showed that a staggering 78% of people in China believe AI has more good sides than bad. To put that in perspective, that's more than double the rate in the US. And that reveals something fundamental, right? A population that, by and large, doesn't see AI as a threat to be managed, but as a powerful tool to be mastered.
But make no mistake, this widespread adoption isn't some happy accident. It's the direct result of a deliberate, long-term national strategy that was set in motion years ago.
It really kicked off back in 2016 when the United States basically signaled to the world that AI was going to define the next era of global power. Well, just 1 year later, Beijing didn't just respond, it laid out a massive, comprehensive 20-year roadmap. This wasn't a plan to just compete, it was a plan to completely transform. And the plan came with a huge number attached. Build a domestic AI industry worth $150 billion by 2030. The ambition here wasn't just about the economy, though. It was about building a new foundation for the country itself.
And you have to ask, why go all in like this? Well, when you're a country facing a rapidly aging population, rising labor costs, and slowing economic growth, AI starts to look less like an option and more like a necessity. It was seen as the one essential engine that could upgrade entire industries, supercharge productivity, and secure the nation's economic future. But here's where the story gets really interesting, because this strategy goes way beyond just economics. It's a blueprint to fundamentally reshape society. And this is where China's approach really diverges from the rest of the world. It's a shift away from AI that just lives on screens to AI that actually moves and acts in the physical world. Some people call this embodied intelligence.
In China, AI is being treated less like an app on your phone and more like fundamental infrastructure. As vital and as basic as the nation's roads, its ports, and its power grids. And you can already see this new infrastructure taking shape on city streets. Baidu's autonomous taxi service, it's already completed over 8 million paid rides. Think about that. What was science fiction just a few years ago is now becoming a routine public service, and every single trip is training the algorithms, making them smarter.
And this transformation isn't just happening on the ground. By mid-2024, China had nearly 2 million registered drones. That's basically a flying workforce handling deliveries, spraying crops, you name it. Companies are even testing two-seater electric air taxis. They're preparing for a future where city traffic happens on two levels, the street and the sky.
This physical AI is being plugged into the country's entire industrial backbone. At the massive port in Tianjin, it's AI that directs the driverless trucks. Out in the mines of Inner Mongolia, you've got autonomous convoys hauling ore around the clock. And in the manufacturing hubs, there are lights-out factories where robotic arms just keep assembling parts in total darkness. The big idea driving all of this is what we mentioned earlier, embodied intelligence. See, unlike an AI that just learns from crunching data, these machines learn from physical motion. Every step, every stumble teaches them a new lesson. It allows humanoid robots to develop coordination and movement that's almost, lifelike.
And slowly but surely, this intelligence is becoming the hidden operating system of society. In healthcare, it's designing exoskeletons to help people walk again. In cities like Hangzhou, a City Brain project manages traffic, and it's already cut congestion by 15%. Out in the fields, it's guiding precision farming. And in classrooms, it's giving personalized tutoring to millions of kids.
Okay, so a plan this big, this ambitious, it sounds unstoppable, right? Well, not so fast. Behind all of these grand plans, China's AI project is running up against two very hard, very strategic limits. The first is hardware, the actual computer chips. For all its progress, China's AI boom still depends heavily on advanced semiconductors designed elsewhere. This makes it incredibly vulnerable to things like US export controls. It's a massive strategic choke point.
The second problem, it's trust. A deep-seated global suspicion over data privacy and the close relationship between Chinese tech companies and the state creates a huge barrier to them expanding internationally.
This one question, asked of TikTok's CEO in the US Congress, really captures the entire trust issue in a nutshell. It's the hurdle that hangs over almost every single Chinese AI product that tries to make its way into Western markets.
So when you factor all of this in, the incredible deployment, but also these serious vulnerabilities, you start to realize that the global AI competition looks very different than we thought. It's less about one single technology and more about two competing visions for how the world should work.
What you see are two totally distinct approaches. For the most part, the West has been focused on what you could call an algorithm race, who can build the biggest, most powerful models that live in the digital world. But China is engaged in a systems race. They're focused on building the real-world physical infrastructure and the societal framework that allows AI to operate at an enormous scale.
And when you look at it that way, the ultimate advantage might not go to whoever creates the most advanced algorithm. The real winner may be the society that can build the most effective real-world environment for that intelligence to actually live and function in.
The race, then, isn't just about building the smartest machine. It's a competition to build the entire world in which that machine will operate, a world that is being constructed right now at a scale we've never seen before.